police presence has, quote, devastating and discriminatory impacts on tens of thousands of California students, close quote. You agree with that?
Senator, I'm not familiar with that letter. I have never seen that letter.
But I just read it to you. You agree with what that letter said?
I don't have information relevant to that.
You don't agree with it, or you do agree with it?
I can talk to my experience in law enforcement.
No, sir, I'm asking you if you agree or disagree with the statement of an organization that you chose to join.
Right, Senator.
As an assistant United States attorney.
I understand, Senator. I would have to know a lot more about where that comes from in order to evaluate it.
Well, you're not doubting that I'm reading it to you accurately, are you?
No, I'm not, but I don't know what the basis for that information is.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Capitol Insights. Today, we're diving into an eye-opening exchange from the recent judiciary hearing, where Senator John Kennedy posed tough questions to nominees. If you're interested in politics, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a video like this. Let's kick things off with a topic that sparked interest: the use of race in selecting law clerks. Senator Kennedy asked, should race harm or benefit a candidate? The nominee emphasized merit and experience over race. A simple yet powerful stance, don't you think? Next up, Senator Kennedy shifted gears and asked about membership in the American Bar Association. Only 2 out of 6 nominees were paying members. 1 nominee stopped paying dues after their firm stopped covering them. This highlighted varying opinions on professional memberships. Now let's talk about the ACLU. A nominee has contributed to the ACLU since 2019 for its First Amendment work. Senator Kennedy quoted controversial ACLU statements. One said U.S. policing has roots in slave patrols, and another declared ICE is not welcome here. The nominee didn't commit to agreeing or disagreeing, citing a lack of context. Senator Kennedy delved into a debated topic in American law, the First Amendment. He asked if viewpoints, even harmful ones, are protected. The nominee confirmed the First Amendment protects offensive speech, but drew a line between speech and conduct, citing Title VI and Title VII.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Sheriff, I'm a little confused by some of the answers, but let me ask Senator Badia's question a different way. In choosing a law clerk, do you believe that a law clerk applicant's race should be used to harm that person?
Neither to harm nor benefit, Senator. I believe that applicants should be considered based on their background and experience.
So you don't think a person's race should be used to harm them?
Correct, Senator.
You think a person's race should be used to help them?
Not in that context, Senator, no.
Okay. Raise your hand, please, for me if you're a member, a dues-paying member of the American Bar Association. So 2 out of 6 are members. Judge Bissert, why aren't you a member?
Senator, I was a member for many years of the American Bar Association.
Why'd you get out?
Honestly, Senator, when I was a member, my law firm paid the dues.
Yeah.
And so I don't pay the dues for the American Bar Association, but I was very involved.
Find it irrelevant and not worth the money?
No, sir. As you know from my record, I actually co-chaired the section of litigation for a number of years, and I thought it was very beneficial as a lawyer.
But it wasn't important enough to you to pay yourself?
It wasn't so much that, Senator. It's just that many of the benefits of the American Bar Association, at least for judges, I'm already participating in what the administrative offices provide with training, which is really what I was doing as a lawyer.
So it was beneficial to you if somebody else paid for it?
No, sir. It's just that as a lawyer, I used it primarily for legal education.
Okay.
And as a judge...
I don't want to spend too much time on this. Just for the record, 2 out of 6 of our nominees today have chosen to be dues-paying members of the American Bar Association. Mr. Sheriff, how long have you been a member of the ACLU?
Senator, I believe I first contributed in 2019.
And how much money have you given them?
I believe it's approximately $100, $120.
And
A year, I'm sorry.
a year?
Yes.
Okay. And why did you first decide to contribute to them?
Senator, I contribute to
Just briefly.
charitable organizations. They work on First Amendment issues.
Yeah. Now, you're a member of the ACLU of Southern California,
That's correct.
all right? A couple years ago, the ACLU of Southern California put out a statement. They said that U.S. policing has, quote, historical roots in slave patrols, close quote. And the ACLU chapter of Southern California went on to say that police presence has, quote, devastating and discriminatory impacts on tens of thousands of California students, close quote. You agree with that?
Senator, I'm not familiar with that letter. I have never seen that letter.
But I just read it to you. You agree with what that letter said?
I don't have information relevant to that.
You don't agree with it, or you do agree with it?
I can talk to my experience in law
No,
enforcement.
sir, I'm asking you if you agree or disagree with the statement of an organization that you chose to join
Right, Senator.
as an assistant United States attorney.
I understand, Senator. I would have to know a lot more about where that comes from in
Another
order to
letter
evaluate
said,
it.
well, you're not doubting that I'm reading it to you accurately, are you?
No, I'm not, but I don't know what the basis for that information is
The
in the letter.
ACLU of Southern California also put out another statement. They said, quote, ICE is not welcome here, close quote. Do you agree with that statement?
Senator, nearly 20 years in my practice in the Eastern District of California, the office has worked closely with
Do
ICE.
you agree with
and,
that statement?
certainly, in terms of federal law enforcement, ICE is welcome, and we work closely with.
Maybe I'm not being clear. Do you agree or disagree with the statement that ICE should be welcome in California?
I believe that ICE carries out a legitimate
legitimate
function under federal law.
I understand.
This clarified how free speech has limits when it turns into discriminatory actions. Senator Kennedy asked if the U.S. Department of Education could withhold federal funding if a professor's conduct exceeded protected speech. The nominee noted judicial ethics and active cases prevented a full response. This highlighted the complexity of balancing legal analysis and ethics. And there you have it, a concise breakdown of Senator Kennedy's questions during the hearing. From discussions on race to the First Amendment, these topics remind us of the balance in law and governance. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it. Stay tuned for more analyses with Capital Insights.